The equipment you maintain can make a huge difference in your business. Manufacturing, construction, and many other industries rely on their machinery to be functioning properly. If not, then they cannot do what they need to do. In this video, we will discuss maintaining your equipment, which is one of the 16 principles of operations management from Dr. Richard Schoenberger. By then, you will understand your success depends on the equipment you maintain. The goal of equipment maintenance in manufacturing is straightforward: to minimize costly breakdowns and ensure that machinery is in top operating condition. Maintenance, on the other hand, remains a divisive issue among some sectors of the manufacturing industry. The cost of each unexpected episode in which equipment is down is £2 million in total expenditure, including lost production hours, labour, components, sales, and product as a result of machine failure. Why would a factory take the risk of unexpected downtime because of a lack of machine upkeep when costs are so high? The reason? Time. There are never enough hours in the day to finish everything in a manufacturing plant. If orders come in, the only solution seems to be to manufacture the components as quickly as possible. However, that is not always the case. Regular maintenance. By keeping equipment in good working order, the facility's element of surprise, machine failure, is significantly reduced. Regular maintenance of machinery, as well as promptly addressing worn machine components to prevent rework and waste material from the manufacturing of out-of-spec materials, not only extends the equipment's life, but also lowers the chance of rework or scrap product. Visual inspections may help a company save time and money by detecting problems before they become more serious. If a maintenance worker detects an equipment acting erratically or not operating at peak efficiency, he or she has the knowledge to identify and correct the issue quickly, avoiding lost product and production hours. This is more than simply an early detection approach. It's a critical component of machine upkeep, as well as a popular method utilized in manufacturing facilities to keep production equipment operating effectively. Equipment servicing. When we hear the word service, we tend to think of a preventative maintenance problem. However, there are some regular services that do not have to fall within this umbrella term. Rather, certain maintenance tasks do have to be done once every year, twice a year, or even every 5 years. However, if they aren't performed on an as-needed basis, the machine's integrity is at risk. Because the amount of use isn't precise, replacing worn tooling may not be done on a regular basis. However, visual examination of the tooling is required as part of the preventative maintenance plan. Otherwise, worn or outdated tooling would not be discovered in time to prevent the defective merchandise from being produced on the production line. The fact that the tooling may not be scheduled in the preventative maintenance program doesn't imply that inspection can't be included in it. A manufacturing facility's regular maintenance is critical. That's just the basic fact with production equipment. When it can no longer operate, it will no longer provide you extra time to repair it. If at all possible, repairs should be scheduled for a specific piece of equipment. If a production line is going to be down because an inkjet printer needs to be serviced, roller inspection and replacement should ideally take place during the same window of downtime. This ensures that the company has maximum use of downtime and that production isn't stopped for a task that may have been easily completed during a previous maintenance window. Facilities may save time and money by scheduling repairs ahead of time. Instead of causing little yet costly outages, they may group minor maintenance activities that must be completed within the same period into the repair plan. Avoiding overtime is another benefit of scheduled maintenance. Parts can be ordered and received, as well as labour hours planned, avoiding the expense of costly overtime. Wear and tear. Wear and tear are natural elements of machines. Gaskets, seals, and even motors are intended to be replaced after a set period of usage. And if they aren't changed within the proper time frame, they will completely fail. By making sure that all such components are subjected to a preventative maintenance plan for replacement, the danger of unplanned downtime is substantially reduced. On the other hand, sometimes parts fail long before their intended lifetimes. It is a fact of life when it comes to machinery. Having highly trained operators who are aware of abnormal machine behavior is essential. Furthermore, requiring a daily visual check of a manufacturing line may help to prevent defective goods from ever reaching the packaging line. In the case of a seal, it may appear to be a little piece in the big picture of the machine, but damage to the product might be significant. When a machine is not in compliance, it may be identified by looking at it visually on a regular basis. Every item on the manufacturing floor should be completed in a mechanic's daily routine. While not all devices may be verified visually, noting that the correct procedure is being followed can prevent a lot of issues. Your production equipment is your company's lifeblood. Without them, you'd have to shut down. Each machine in a plant should be regarded as a key element of your success. It will behave exactly the same way once it's been dismissed as dispensable, because the manufacturer's specifications are based on a properly maintained piece of equipment. A poorly maintained device will not function according to those standards. You're offering your best possible product to your client base if you maintain the health of equipment in your business. This is what distinguishes you from the competition, and it should be why you ensure that no maintenance problem is overlooked. Well-maintained equipment consistently produces the best product, maintaining your business's reputation intact. Consequences of poor maintenance practices. Maintenance is so tightly linked with company activities that any inefficiencies will quickly spread throughout the organization. The hidden consequences of poor, disorganized maintenance are immediately apparent: higher labor and material costs. In contrast, there is so much more that lurks below the surface and comes to the surface later in the form of safety risks, production time losses, higher energy expenditures, etc. Setting up an efficient maintenance department. Before we get into that, let's establish some ground rules. Your maintenance program will only be as good as your team if you follow the guidelines outlined here. On the other hand, there are generally two sides to every issue. You may have the greatest individuals available, but if you can't provide an enabling environment, you'll face a slew of problems. No matter what your organization's structure, it is advisable to maintain a single point of contact from the maintenance team at all times. This way, no information will be lost between departments and everyone can work together towards a common goal: production efficiency. A dedicated person who understands every aspect of the company is invaluable for making sure that you have. There are a few things you must get right. 1. Hire skilled managers to assist you. 2. Examine how you can cultivate a more proactive working mentality. 3. Create a standard operating procedure for your business by writing manuals and checklists. 4. To reduce the cost of maintenance, create a digital solution to automate procedures. 5. Ensure that maintenance workers have the tools they need to do their work. 6. Through continuous development, boost production. 7. Select metrics and KPIs to track for your maintenance plan. This video should give you a starting point on understanding how to maintain your equipment. We've covered the different types of maintenance, why it is important, and how the right team is needed to implement the maintenance. Investing in maintenance management is not easy or stimulating to many because it can take a long time to realize a decent return on that money. It's not uncommon for top executives to appear to be out of touch with the long-term picture at first glance. This is somewhat ironic, as that is exactly what they are supposed to do. Think years ahead, not months. That being said, facility and maintenance managers must constantly urge them to see maintenance as a business-generating service rather than a cost center. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more weekly consulting tips.